Peace, peace. Another glorious day, y'all. Another glorious day. Another beautiful day. What I'm doing today is, and I hope everything good with you and yours. I always, especially with this wind, I forget about putting my microphone, utilizing my microphone. Going forward, I'm gonna, just make sure I have that available. So pardon the wind in the background, I just gotta say that, but let's get right to it. What we're doing today is, and what I wanna do, I wanna improve, I wanna add the weight to my pull-ups and dips, and which I should have been doing earlier in the season of this summer. But the important thing about doing this is now. So let's get right to it. What's up? We out here, you are. So I'm starting off with the 10 pounds added to the chain. So, I really prefer the chain belt over the vest. And that's really due to the type of vest that I got. I have I got a vest that's kind of like bulky. The vest that I have, it's not like those newer design vests where it's just designed with a lot of weight, but not as bulky. But I'm using the chain today. Let's get right to it. So again, I got the 10 pound. Start off with that, and I also have I got an additional 10 to add on to that, which of course makes it 20, right? So with that being said, let's get right to it. Earths. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. 6 clean ones with that additional 10 pounds. So I'm gonna try to do as less talking, get to the work, and then explain in between a few sets being done. So let's get to the work first. So that was 6, and we're gonna move it right along. Let's get to it, because I don't want to take up too much time talking, and then I'll expound more throughout the routine. So that was 5 on that one. So collectively, with the 6 that I did prior, that's 11. So right there already, it's 11 sets. It's gonna be a great contribution to my improvement, to my strength. Again, my grip is becoming much stronger. You know what I'm saying? With my situation that most of y'all already know what I'm dealing with in terms of, you know what I'm saying, pushing past, you know, my arm, you know, needing that increase of strength, you know? So let's get right to it. Let's get back to them push-ups. Let's follow up. And like I mentioned in my last video or so, I did mention about speeding up the pace of my sets. So that 20 is completed with the push-ups. So what I don't want to do is, instead of me increasing or going to failure with the push-ups, instead of me doing that, I want to reserve that strength and energy for the weighted pull-ups. You see what I'm saying? That's how you do that. So with this set, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna add that additional 10 to make this weight 20. And I want you to, again, just take notice to the entire performance demonstration of how clean, how controlled with the added weight. Let's get it. So we got it. So notice the control. That was good. So what I do with that, I follow back up on the bar with a set minus the weight. So that was 10 collectively. Then what I do is, with that, follow up with the push-ups. It's good money right there. So for those who don't know, and if you do, but I'm here to tell you, I'm getting tremendous progress. Now I'm to the point, and with that being said, in this warm weather, my grip is more available due to the warm weather, of course. It's gonna be more challenging in the winter. Of course, you know, the cold contracts. But, you know, I'm gonna see from this point going forward, and that's gonna be the biggest challenge. Let's get this pull-ups. It's those winter seasons of when the grip is gonna be more, my hand will be more stiffer. 'Cause I still got the nerve dent, my nerves are still sensitive. With that being said, let's get it though. Again, notice the control. 20 pounds. So with that set right there, I immediately, once the weight was taken off, I followed right back up. So from that initial 6 reps with the chain on, took that off, got back on the bar. What's that, 3 more I did? What's that, 9? So, not quite 10. But again, I don't want to go to failure. I want to reserve the energy, and it's more about me getting more sets to allow those reps to really accumulate. Let me follow up the push-ups. It's money. So, you know, what I want to share, whether it's 10, 20, I mean, you don't really want to go below 10 when adding weight to your calisthenics. That's just my opinion. 10 should be especially for a beginner, your minimum. But in my case, you know, I'm really testing the waters. 10, I'm more advanced, just in general, besides the injury, of course, but due to me getting back acquainted with adding weight to my calisthenics, the 10 will just be more of a starting point indication of me, you know, seeing what it is that I could really push from that point or pull from that point. So I want to say that too. Let's get this money. Let's get back to them pull-ups. So again, your minimum should be 10 pounds added. I would say 5 is like, you know what I mean? You could do better than that. Was nice. So I did 5 with the weight on, 5 with the weight off. So what I'll do is going forward too, on the next video with the weighted calisthenics, I'll be certain to add more weight. Due to the fact, of course, that this 20 pounds feels real good. I'm real comfortable, just in a stronger position of doing so. And so it's a milestone, a huge milestone. So, again, we have to take action in order for us to, you know what I'm saying, see what we're able to produce, you know? So let's go. Push-ups is feeling good. I could at least, you know, keep the tempo high with those. So let me do something a little different with these. Let me just stay on task with the straight bar first before I move around. Let me just do this. Because as I'm working out, more ideas are coming to mind, but I want to kind of stay the course in what's being done right now. I'm gonna have time for that, whether it's this video, maybe, or some other day. But let me just stay focused on this routine at hand. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Hold on, give me a moment. Let me situate this tripod. The wind is blowing. I just don't want. Just give me a moment, y'all. I just don't want no issues with this falling over, disrupt this video. Pardon the delay. Again, so in the meantime, I'm feeling fantastic with this weight added on to these calisthenics. All right, so I got the tripod stable. I just psychologically I need it to be right and exact. So again, notice the control, y'all. Notice the control. It's a nice 10. Hit the 7. Follow it up with hit the 7 with the weight on. Hit the 3. Follow up without the weight. 1 set, 10 reps. 20 reps with the push-ups. So that was 4 pull-ups with the weight on, 6 with the weight off, 1 set, 10 reps. Follow up them push-ups. So what I wanted to share, is that when I used to, pardon me. So what I want to say is when I used to, post-surgery, add the weight on. I mean, I have videos and earlier videos of me with the added weight. I would always utilize the parallel bars, which were more easier. You know, that neutral grip. Whether you're adding weight or not, that parallel pull-up bar is much easier to do your pull-ups. So that was my main go-to to just become used to the added weight, and it was easier for me to utilize. So what you're witnessing today is the graduation from that parallel, that neutral grip bar, parallel bar to this straight bar. Let's get it. So we did 7 with the added weight, 7 with the added weight, 3 without the weight, 10 reps, 1 set. And I'm not just utilizing the straight bar, I'm getting multiple sets and reps. And I also want to add too, you know, when you taking it to the next level, when you are achieving more, when you are gaining more strength, when you're achieving your goals, it's a psychological confirmation. You know, that psychological confirmation is that you could do it. I could do it. You know, and nothing better than you being self-assured by way of the action taken. Let's get these push-ups. You know? And with that psychological confirmation, it's an appetite increaser. You know, you'll want more. You'll increase the desire to do different. You know, in terms of becoming innovative, you know, just applying anything other than what you're used to doing. And that's just simply off the fact of either mastering or simply gaining above and beyond of what you even thought. You know, I mean, it's just so great, and words can't express it. You know, it's expressed through taking further action, if you will. I feel like I kind of miscounted, so if I did, don't judge me. I don't know, it just kind of dawned on me. But if I did, just, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't intentional, not at all. Never, because I, you know, definitely not gonna give myself credit that I didn't earn. Follow up with them push-ups, y'all. And the reason why I think I miscounted, when I just did this last set, I know I did the 7, just making the 7 with the weight on. And then when I followed up with the 3, I felt like I counted in my head first, besides actually executing the rep. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like I miscounted. But if not, cool. But if I did, it wasn't intentional. That's money. So if I did miscount going forward, I will not do that. So that's just for the record in case I might have. So on that set, with the added weight, I attempted to go wider. And that's necessary too. It's testing the waters and seeing what else can be, applied from the shoulder width or, to wider. It's a testing, what could be produced. Let's not waste time. Let's follow up with these push-ups. I ain't counting that last set. That was that last rep. It's 9. I did 5 with the added weight. Just about hitting 5 without the weight. So still good money. But you know what? It's only right to see what the dips is gonna do. So let's make our way over there for a sec. I gotta bring it over individually. My tripod is connected to my stabilizer. Yeah, let's see what these dips do. Let me bring this in just a little closer, just a little, or at a better angle, right on, like so. So we got the added weight. Let's see what the dips do. That was nice. That was 5. We're gonna get more than that. That was 5. Clean money. Pardon me, we get some agua. Let's see what it do. Could have went for the 10. I'm just starting with the dips. So as I go forward with each set, then I'll increase the reps. Of course, I'm listening to or feeling out what I'm able to produce, but just automatically I don't want to go beyond of what I was able to produce, and I'm looking forward to, you see what I'm saying? Adding additional reps. So what I wanted to show you in the beginning of the video, so what we'll do is, because we did the push-ups, I just want to move around a little bit on this bar. So this is, again, going to be a milestone for me right here. And this is what I wanted to show you. But I'm going to get more of these in too. Yeah, check it out. Let me go get the weight. This is one of my favorite ways of doing pull-ups. Let me go get the weight. All right, here we go. Now, let me see what I got on this. This is something I haven't done since post-surgery, over a decade. Today is the day. So you see I got the added weight on, y'all. That was with the weight on. The weight off. So it's my first attempt in over a decade of the added weight, the weighted calisthenics, and hitting this bar, which is a much wider bar or a thicker bar in terms of the grip. And I mention that so much that prior to this injury, and I'm not going to say used to, but when I'm able to do, I'm getting back to it now, you know? So, and that's why I make mention of these milestones continuously, because this is not my first time performing such exercises. But being that they haven't been performed on the channel, and it's due to the process of getting back to the point of, so it's very necessary I mention it. Let's get back up there. Again, the weight is added on, y'all, as you can see. It's getting better and better. Definitely getting better and better. Let's hit those dips. We got a dip bar over here. We got 2 sets of dip bars in this workout area. Let me get that weight again though, y'all. Weighted calisthenics today. That was good. That was money. Like I said, I'm getting better and better. More cut up, you know, slowly but surely, slightly. Again, all natural, you know. Super duper proud of myself, as you should be of anyone who are gaining the results. Any progress due to you taking the initiative to work on and develop oneself. But of course, us. I want to get back up on that pull-up bar, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. that added weight. So I started off with the weight, with the added weight, took it off, immediately followed up. Let's get right back up there. I felt it in my heart. I felt the need to get right back up there, but the body did tell me otherwise. So, not that I felt, it's just, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. So, but the desire to do so most certainly was, you know? Definitely. Feeling fantastic. Yeah, so, you know, that's it for today. That added weight, it was just, as calm as I am, I'm just in a great space, and it's just beyond the moment. Again, like I said, you know, when you hit your milestones, when you gain more achievements, get to that next level, it's again, it's a confirmation that you have what it takes. You have the ability. You have everything you need within. And it's about revealing it to yourself. It's about proving to oneself. It's about impressing yourself, you know? And that's first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we're talking about confidence, self-esteem, you know, self-love, you know, this is not an energy of vanity, of which it could be, but just for the, you know, the greater good of you becoming a better individual in terms of more so in your attitude. You know what I'm saying? This is why fitness is so powerful. Physically, yes, but more so, again, going back to the mental aspect of, again, becoming a better individual. And there's so much I could say on that, and I've said it many, many times again. But that's really what it's about. At least for me it is. Physically, I want to become stronger. Physically, I want to become faster. Physically, I want to become more healthier. But I really want to become better mentally, with my perspective, my attitude, and, you know, to help me cope with life just in a more healthier manner, you know? And fitness is just one of the main sources that really, you know, helps me in that way of, you know, embracing life. Yeah, so let me get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? It's so much that I'm gonna just get to tomorrow, and that's guaranteed. So I'm gonna leave it alone for today. I'm good. You know, I worked out yesterday. I got so much done throughout the week. Catch you on the next go around. Oh, what I also want to say is this though. Let me not leave this out. With this added weight, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100. What I wanted to say is that's still added weight, especially when it comes to the body weight workouts, the calisthenics. That added weight is still added weight. Meaning, for example, I'm gonna use myself, right? With the 20 pounds that I added today, I'm about 171, 172 pounds. So with that 20 pounds that I added today, that isn't now I'm pulling 192. And whether, again, depending on your weight, if you are 150 pounds, if you add 20 pounds weight to your body doing these calisthenics, now you're pulling 170 pounds, right? So if you're 150 pounds, adding that 20, adding that 10, you know, and again, you want to be minimum with minimum 10, but that's still an additional weight added to your natural weight. You see what I'm saying? So that is to be greatly embraced. You see what I'm saying? To taking it to the next level, you know, to seeing more to achieving more gains, muscle-wise, strength-wise, you know. So, yeah, and those tendons, you know, are really being worked, because with the calisthenics, and that's why I talk about the tendons a lot, it's very much involved with the building muscle aspect, which I really, really favor about the calisthenics. So, yeah, that added weight is great, you heard? With that being said, I'll catch you on the next go around. Peace.